Hey Earpers, welcome back to another episode of There's Something in the Air. You are here with BP,
Michelle.
Monica.
and we have a special episode today that is from a fan question filled by fan answers that we're going to get to now. I'm going to turn it over to Monica to start us off.
So Lisa Johnson, who is at Hubcap750 on Twitter, sent the podcast an email. And she said, "Hey there, I'm kind of an old fart, 50. I would just like to interrupt and say that 50 is not old. That was recently introduced to this whole fangirl thing. I've just started following stuff on Twitter and listening to podcasts and such. So please pardon me for what is likely a stupid question, but what the fuck does no chill mean? I've tried following threads and all, but I'm not terribly clear on what the fuck a thread is either. So can you help me out? Feel free to answer on your show. I have no shame. Thanks, Lisa." Well, first of all, Lisa, I want to say thank you so much for that question. We put it out to everyone on Twitter to kind of answer back so we could have a discussion on the podcast about what no chill means to them and to us, and to just kind of get a lot of answers. And I was really surprised at how many answers we did get back, because I tweeted it out late Friday night and we're recording Sunday afternoon / early evening, and we got quite a few responses back, so I was very pleased. So thank you again for that wonderful question.
Okay, so the one thing that we did not put out and that I forgot was in this question was about what a thread is. And that's awesome because threads can be confusing as crap whenever multiple people join in them.
Oh god, trying to explain a thread. Shit.
Okay, so yeah, we're gonna have to skip that part. Lisa, is too freaking hard. I cannot help you with threads.
That can be another episode, maybe, of the podcast where we put that out and have people give opinions on that and suggestions for following them. But we're just going to handle the no-chill part of it for right now.
Trying to define a thread, that'd be like a 5-hour podcast with like no answer.
Sounds like some good thing for polls. And then we can show her what a thread is when it goes bonkers.
I was involved in one today, and I put my phone down. I was making soup for lunch, and I picked it up about 20 minutes later, and it was like, you have 75 notifications. I was like, oh, all right.
75 notifications that, like, you started with one thread, and then you went and you ended up in, like, 20, and you don't know how it happened.
They're very difficult to go back and read.
It's almost like a family tree, you know, it starts with two people and then it kind of branches out, like people answered this one and someone will answer someone else's answer, but then someone will go back and answer, you know, an answer 2 answers ago, and this is why it's a difficult question to answer.
Exactly.
This was as close to an answer as we're going to be able to give.
Which is a non-answer altogether.
Everybody take a shot each time we said answer in the last 30 seconds, and now you're all drunk.
Okay, so let's go with then what no chill is. So we took responses from people. This is what it means to them, and at the end we're going to tell you what it means to us by stealing the best portions of theirs.
Exactly.
Because that's what no chill means to us.
Exactly.
It's stealing other people's answer.
Okay, so this one's from Alex Champit. I do apologize if we pronounce anybody's names incorrectly. But this is at Alex Champit on Twitter. And they said, no chill for me would mean be able to show in many ways how the new world game rules should be instead of conforming to wrong established ways of doing, thinking, being, etc. Also, being an Earper brought me to a safe place where I can relax whenever I need, have fun, can go crazy, have an entire combo about nothing serious at the same time with people in New Zealand, South Africa, Europe. I have to add England here next to Europe. Brazil, USA, etc., or read opinions and feel better after doing it. Receive, send daily good vibes, and it's people getting as close as family.
It's a really solid answer.
It is a really solid answer.
The next answer came from Bailey, at BaileyGray789 on Twitter. It means to have an amazing community, a found internet family wherein we can all shout our silly heads off about all the many, many wonderful things we love about our little shit show. It's about being fully myself and seeing myself reflected in the media I watch and in the fandom I participate in. It's about randomly building connections with people you've never met, but whose back you will always have, all because this show has affected us all so deeply. TLDR, No Chill is about how we is the team, and I love it.
Awesome.
Yes.
TLDR.
Yeah, bonus points if you work Winona Earp quotes into your answer. Nice job, Bailey.
More bonus points if you knew what TLDR meant, because that was a
I,
discussion we had earlier.
I did
It
not.
was all of the bonus points to you, BP. Next, we have Amanda at MadHatter404, and she says, "No chill? What does it mean? Back a few months ago, Melanie was up for Girl on Top. During DragonCon 2017, the Earpers there were covering the events and Earping it up. An Earper created hot times for everyone to vote. I work night shifts, so I had multiple browsers open on my iPad, computer, and phone. I remember barely getting any sleep during the Girl on Top voting. The 100 fan base gave us a run for our money, but we pulled out a win for Melanie. No chill for me means never giving up, not folding when the odds are stacked against you. The Earper community has a way of signal boosting like no other. Being an Earper has changed my life in so many ways. I have a community of people who are so accepting, inclusive, understanding, honest, great listeners, opinionated, and funny human beings. They are beautiful in every way, shape, or form. It gave me the last positive push to finish my degree this year. I look forward to the podcasts, blogs, gifts, fanfics, artwork, and everything that encompasses an Earper. I do not know where I'd be without this wonderful family. I have met about 27 of you lovely humans, and I cannot wait to meet more of you. I'll see you, my crazy Earp family, at Earpapalooza next fall."
Being pushed to finish a degree because of a fandom is like one of the most amazing things I've ever heard.
That was a really good answer. All of it.
I'm really impressed that this show pushed her to finish a degree.
Yeah, that's amazing. Okay, so the next answer comes from Rain. That's at RainMNA93 on Twitter. For me, hashtag no chill means to be myself, embracing my faults and hardships, living every day as if it was the last, loving fearlessly.
Hold on 1 second. Opal, shut up!
That's staying in.
Elvis, you want a cookie?
Could you guys hear her crying?
No.
The next response was from Co-Romeo Ahau, who's at RomeoJNR_13 on Twitter. Hashtag no chill to me is when you support the fuck out of anything, everything, and or if you want something, you just go for it. No chill it, but politely. I found and started watching Winona Earp in September this year. Being an Earper has for sure been eye-opening and mind-blowing. It's brightened my life, it has put a lot of color into my life, and changed my views on the world. I can now have hope and know that there will be goodness spread around the world. Earpers are very special, so damn supportive, kind, talented, sassy, full of love and gratitude, and I'm grateful I've found my new chosen family. I honestly can't remember the last time I felt this kind of homely feeling or this kind of happiness. I feel like I am home when I am with or talking to Earpers. I mean, I live in New Zealand and most of them are in a different time zone and different countries. It's a shame I don't really feel that with my biological family, but who knew I'd find a family? I fit right in and nobody bats an eye or makes me feel uncomfortable. I can be myself. I can be a weirdo and there's some who are the same or will join in. I've learned so much from this worldwide Earper family already, and every day I'm learning more and new things. It's just been great. I'm just so fucking glad and thankful for everyone involved with / making Winona Earp and all the Earpers. Writing this is making me cry happy tears. I'm running out of words to express myself. The world is missing out on this great big kind of love Earpers have and share.
Next, we have Ashton Schneider at Earper_77. And they say, "I had a falling out with a friend last year, and I was in a dark place. This show and incredible fandom helped pull me out of my depression and give me something to look forward to when I really needed it. I will be forever grateful."
That's amazing. Those last two, like, I love to hear how getting around, like internet friends literally changes something in your life. It's not just, oh, look at all these connections that I made, but, the one that said they're pressed to finish a degree, and this one's like, I don't even feel accepted by my own family, and now the last one is, getting past. You guys know how I feel about depression, so that's just awesome to hear that.
It really is. And, I sometimes, I don't want to say get embarrassed, but sometimes feel kind of weird when I get so invested in characters and feel so strongly about a TV show, like when I'm talking to like my family or some of my non-fandom friends. But like, this is why it, in so many different ways that we can't even, that we would have no idea about. It has helped people and it has built a community, and it's just really, really cool. And we're really seeing that with these answers.
Right. Okay. So in regards to the fandom, Hunter Selman, who's at Hunter_Selman on Twitter, said, "It's just amazing how you never feel like you're alone, on top of how grateful all the actors on the show are with all of us fans."
Our next response is from WayHotDam at WayHotDam11 on Twitter. Hashtag no chill and being a hashtag Earper for me is finding my way back to having faith in love amidst the difficult time getting same-sex marriage legalized here in Australia and ultimately proposing to my partner. Hashtag love is love and is always worth fighting for. Congratulations, WayHotDam.
Yes, congratulations. That's super exciting. Next, we have Mel's Smokin' Dress, who's at dress_Mel, and they say, hashtag no chill is the attitude we have when something needs to get done, with respect. Hashtag Earp has brought many different people together as one for a common goal of love, tolerance, and understanding without prejudice, the way the world should be. Hashtag Earp family is a special group.
We have Wyatt Asher Rhodes, which is at War Earper on Twitter. Hashtag no chill is doing what it takes to get shit done, whether it be getting Mel the title of girl on top or raising money, no matter the amount. Being an Earper is being included, being part of a family, spreading love, and supporting each other.
And finally, we heard from Steph McLean via email. And she says, still am a fan of The 100. Sorry, Monica. Listen, it's not that I'm not a fan of The 100. I just don't watch it. It's fine. Anyway, and happily lurked in that fandom until the implosion caused by Alexa's ill-conceived death turned it into a hateful cesspit. Wow. Around that time, I caught an ad for this new show about a woman named Wynonna Earp, demon-fighting descendant of Wyatt Earp, and thought it looked like exactly the show I needed at the time. Entertaining, fun, and not too demanding on the brain. The first episode checked off the entertaining and fun expectations, but the setting, the characters, and their interactions pointed at something deeper for the show than just being mindless entertainment. After the second episode, I started searching out the creators and cast on Twitter, discovered that they were big fans of the show, and saw how enthusiastically they interacted with other fans, and I was all in. Earpers love this little shit show, and love talking about it with each other, and I think the fandom tone was set from the beginning by us mirroring the supportiveness of Wynonna and Waverly's I am always there for you relationship. The fact that the people who make the show love it as much as the fans do, and have shown repeatedly that they will treat the characters and story with respect, is huge. The kindness Earpers show each other, the enthusiasm with which new Earpers are welcomed, and how we relentlessly create new Earpers by dragging friends and family into watching, all this adds up to tremendous no chill and a fandom that's my favorite place to hang out. She also says thanks for the podcast. It's a great addition to the Earper fandom, so thank you for that. We are happy that you feel that way.
Sorry, I completely tuned Monica out for that last bit. But
Shocker.
basically, TLDR, the kindness and inclusiveness of Earpers has made this my favorite fandom to lurk in, and I hope to someday be geographically close enough to meet up with the other Earpers.
Hello, this is Jill, also known as Nedley's Office on Twitter. I am calling in to Something in the Air podcast, which is an awesome podcast, I must say. There was a question that said, what does no chill mean, and how has being an Earper changed your life? I wanted to address these things. They're intertwined in my mind. No chill and being an Earper has, what it has really meant, both of those things, is don't apologize ever for something you love. Being an Earper is all about inclusion and female empowerment and being a geek and believing that some 138-year-old mustachioed man is a hero and that a pregnant woman can do a backflip and kick your ass, and someone who studies ancient languages is the most sunshiny person in your life, and a gay rock climbing woman will rock your world. And if that's what makes you happy, it doesn't harm anyone, so celebrate that. Go all in on that. That's what no chill is. Find that thing that makes you happy and embrace it and shout it from the rooftops. I think I slurred that. Shout it from the rooftops. Yeah, that's what no chill is, and that's what being an Earper is. It's embracing our differences, embracing our individuality, embracing our each thing that makes us who we are, even if that's being a geek, even if that's being a little bit of a delinquent. Embrace it, love it, and no chill it. Shout it from the rooftops.
So, with regards to what no chill means to me, I guess when I think about no chill, I think about how the fandom helped get a season 2. Before they had announced, and everyone was making like all of the pleas on Twitter and in other ways to Sci-Fi to renew the show and explain how much it meant to them. Like, I remember I was on 3 to 11 shift at work, and I seldom take a break. I would leave at 7 o'clock, and I would go out to the little lunch area, and I would be on my phone for 30 minutes and solidly tweet with the hashtag to help, for the power hours. And I wrote blogs every day for 2 weeks in a row, depending on whatever the theme was on Twitter that day, about what this show had come to mean to me. And I guess when I think about No Chill, I think about that, just not really letting up about explaining, not really letting up about why it's so important. And I guess that's what no chill means to me. And it has really come to mean a lot with respect to the fandom. I have made, I've said this before, so you can fast forward the next 15 seconds if you don't want to hear me repeat myself. But I have made such good friends in this fandom, and finding people who are like me, I had no idea that there were other people who cared as much about TV shows and got so emotionally attached to fictional characters as I did. And I've made just such wonderful friends here. And that's such a great benefit of the No Chill fandom, and I just feel really lucky to be a part of it.
So what no chill means to me is kind of falls in line with what Amanda said about the girl on top voting. I remember we were at Dragon Con, and it was the 3 of us in the room laying on the beds with laptops, phones, tablets, everything voting. No chill is just being able to lose your fucking mind over fandom and have no shame in doing so. And Winona Earp fandom just has no chill, because if Sci-Fi didn't want to renew us, we'd probably storm the gates. So basically no chill is all of us just being able to be completely bonkers.
Okay, so no chill. To me, that's a lot we're all a little bit extra, if you think about it. For me, even in real life, people have to learn that there are certain things you don't ask me about unless you want to have an hour conversation at minimum. And Winona Earp is...
Clark Griffin.
Yeah, stop it! Honey Spiral.
Sorry, BP.
It's fine. Yeah, don't say Clark Griffin. Don't bring up Winona Earp. Don't ask me questions about the Hundi. Orphan Black. You don't want to do these things if you're not as into television fictional characters, dissection of shows as I am. And some people have to learn that the hard way, but it's actually kind of really funny. So don't ask me what should I watch next on Netflix if you don't want to have a dissertation thrown at you. Yeah, I think that's basically what it is you're relentless about the things that you love. And like you guys said before, you're not ashamed about the fact that you love them.
So let's just copy and paste BP's answer to the end of my answer and add person of interest.
Hashtag twins.
And then that's a perfect answer.
I'm going to stick with my answer, I think. But you guys also had really good answers. The cool thing about the fandom and about the no chill is it really does mean different things to different people. We are all equally passionate about Winona Earp, but in completely different ways. You two more similar to each other, granted, but still completely different.
Yeah, I guess we have some similarities.
Oh, God.
I think more so on other shows than this one, maybe.
I think so, too.
Well, you're even agreeing on this.
Well, if you see BP and I together, do not mention Clark Griffin or the Hundi. because, as Monica can attest, you'll want to run.
You will.
We highly recommend that you do.
Yes.
We love talking about it.
I think unless you're Marcy was there for it, right? Like, she was involved in the conversation, whereas Helene and I were just like I think I maybe fell asleep. I was just enjoying my wings.
I almost felt bad for you guys.
Almost.
But I was talking about the Hundy, so I couldn't really feel that bad for you. I was distracted by Clark Griffin.
So true.
Well, BP, I remember when we talked, like, before we had met, and you were saying you wished you had people to talk about this stuff with, and I was like, oh, well, you'll be around a ton of people who will talk about it, and you were like, no, just Winona Earp, and I was like, no, just wait. You will find people who want to talk about the Hundy. And I was specifically thinking Michelle and Heidi, but Heidi was not at our table. But she totally would have been just as into that conversation as you two were.
It was so great.
It was great. I missed that.
I was super excited that you guys got to do it, even though I had no idea what was happening.
Well, you made the mistake one day of asking on DM, why do you guys think that Clark, something, I don't remember what you asked, but it turned into about 4 hours of us, like, Twitter yelling.
And it wasn't just, like, one sentence. It was us Twitter yelling, like, paragraphs.
First of all, if you think I didn't know what I was getting myself into, then you don't know me at all.
No, we knew. We asked you again. We're like, okay, do you really want to know?
Because we can put this in a separate DM.
I'm interested in it. Like, I'm interested by it, even though I don't watch the show. I like learning about characters, and I like hearing why other people care about them. Like, Michelle, I'm sure you don't care when Belinda and I go into a Days of Our Lives spiral. But, well, maybe you just glaze over the tweets about those. Maybe you don't read them at all.
I read some of them. Some of them make absolutely zero sense to me, so I'm just like, right?
That's fair. But, I mean, I like talking about TV, and I like hearing other people talk about TV and hearing other people being passionate talking about TV, even if it's not TV that I don't myself watch.
I just remembered in our other DM when Heidi and I were talking about the Hundy, and I wasn't using, like, any words that made sense. And all of you guys are like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Here's the thing. It's funny that you think that only happened once.
I mean, it happens all the time.
It does happen all the time.
Perhaps our next conversation should be solely in Trigetta Sling.
Oh my god, yes.
What?
Exactly.
Great. Let's wrap this shit up, shall we?
Do it.
Alright, so we wanted to give shout-outs to some of the Earpers that left us reviews on iTunes. In the US, we had Foslin13, Jesse, Michelle, Harley Sigma, Aunt Vicky, and from Australia, Ashley311. I don't know how to check all of the countries, so if you do leave us a review and we don't shout out to you, send us a DM and what country you're in so that we can look at it and shout out for you. Real quick, with regards to this no-chill discussion, retroactively, we've already talked about all of it, but the fact that we got so many responses in the less than 48 hours since we posted the question to you all on Twitter is a testament to what no chill means. We posted the question hoping we get maybe 1-2 responses and be able to like string it into a Minisode. We got a whole lot of response. We got a voicemail, an email, like 12-ish responses on Twitter via just replies or DMs. Like, we got so many responses in such a short amount of time, and that's a testament to what no chill means. The fans of Winona Earp are so attentive to anything Winona Earp related that, you post a question, you're getting responses within 5-10 minutes. We got quite a few, like, that quickly, that late at night. This fandom is so keyed in to anything Winona Earp that it's instantaneous. No Chill is being so in tuned and so tracking of whatever happens on social media that you're able to respond, lickety split, no questions asked. And that's amazing. And that's a lot of the reason that we're getting a season 3. The fact that the fans are so constantly monitoring what's happening with regards to the show is the reason that we're getting it. I mean, Sci-Fi can't ignore when the fandom is able to respond within a split second of something being posted. Everybody is so freaking in tune to it. Like, it's just it's becoming a part of our DNA as fans to watch out for it and shout about it when needed. And it's amazing, and you don't see that often in fandom. And the fact that you all responded so quickly is amazing, and we over here at Earpsplain Pod want to thank you for it, because without your all responses, we wouldn't have a Minisode to post this week. So thank you very much, and keep doing what you're doing, Earpers, because as has been stated by so many people related to sci-fi or tangential to sci-fi, that's the reason that we got season 2 and we're getting season 3.
If you have anything you want to say about this episode, please tweet at or DM us at ErpsplainPod. Leave us a voicemail at 678-871-0098, or you can email us at somethingintheair@gmail.com. You can find me on Twitter at lesbianser, BP at beep33tb, and Michelle at mcnick1291. Did you love the podcast? Rate, review, and subscribe to us on iTunes and Google Play. And thank you so much for listening, and remember, it may be a shit show, but it's our shit show.